All right. Well, the hydraulic system on my chair has conked out, so I'm coming to you today looking like Sid Dithers, if you know Sid Dithers. 48 hours after I leave the gifts, I go back to the shrine. Wooden horse is still there, and the amethyst is still there. I was planning to make a structure that day, but after busting the tree structure, I thought, no, if I make a new structure now of my own, it could be perceived as if I'm trying to muscle in on Hibagon's territory, trying to clear him out and move my own stuff in. I don't want to give that impression, so I decided that a simple gift would be more appropriate. So I went today, nothing taken, nothing moved. So, yeah, maybe Hibagon is mad at me for busting his stuff, or I don't know if he's been in here. I don't know their schedule. Nobody's given me a copy of the Hibagon schedule, so I'll wait. While I was waiting, I toured the grove again. You know, the number of broken, snapped, just broken sticks and trees. It hits you over the head, and many pieces are broken so short. Some of these thick sticks, maybe I could break if they were long enough. You know, you have leverage, and you get it under your knee, and you pull on the ends. I could break some, I'm pretty sure. But you get them down into smaller and smaller pieces, and they get impossible to break. For me, I started counting broken sticks thicker than my thumb. That was the criteria. They have to be broken, and they have to be thicker than my thumb. I got to 50 and stopped counting. I was halfway through the grove, so you figure 100 broken sticks thicker than my thumb in 100 yards, and almost all of them are broken on both ends. So that's 200 breaks. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Well, I got an idea. I thought, let's check the north side of this hill. Same hill. If all of this breakage here is totally natural and normal, then it should be the same over there. I should find the same amount of breakage. It's the same hill, same forest, same trees, same weather, same conditions, same hill. So I went around. You can walk the whole base of the hill on the north side. It's the same length of the trail on top. I found, guess how many? Suspicious breaks. Two. Only two that I would have counted up on top of the hill. Two. One was this companion stick stuck against this tree, imported, planted here next to this tree. Companion stick, I'm calling it. We've found a lot of them around here. And the other was this horizontal stick looking like it was placed here, kind of wedged in here. So if these are totally natural and normal, these two, and I certainly don't think they are, they look like Hibagon forest modifications to me. Well, this sort of thing, the same sort of thing, is 100 times more common just up the hill, on the same hill. Well, there you go. That's science. Now, I made another discovery at the northern base of the hill. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, now cool your jets. Team Hibagon, this is not a Hibagon structure. We're in a garden belonging to the hospital. The gardeners are using these beautiful, smooth, treated timbers to prop up and train the trees. Just look and enjoy the gardener's handiwork and notice the human sensibility, the human techniques, the human care for economy and economizing, the human use of tools, which we know, the human scale. It's so recognizably and comfortingly human. Not like this. The contrast just is jaw-dropping to me. But here's the discovery. Here. Smaller trees have smaller timber supports, poles. And I know this pole. Yeah, you know it too. This is the horizontal placed pole in the grove, opposite the obelisk, on top of the hill, on shrine land. Now here's another, tossed behind the garden, behind the fence, onto shrine hillside property. Now who would do this? Well, suspect number one, a gardener. But I don't think a gardener would chuck this over the fence. Wouldn't he want to reuse it if it wasn't needed down here? He'd just put it on his truck and take it somewhere else. Why would he chuck it over here? He'd be breaking the law. He'd be disrespecting the shrine, disrespecting the spirits, angering the Shinto gods. This is very un-Japanese. I've never met the gardener or gardeners. I don't know them personally, but I will guarantee for them, I will stand as their guarantor, they did not do that. Yeah, it's ripped out of this garden, but a gardener wouldn't throw it back there. Okay, a patient. This is a hospital garden. How about a patient? Hey, how about a mental patient? Or one of the doctors or nurses is maybe having a bad day, comes out here, rips this pole out of the ground and chucks it over the fence. Highly unlikely. Highly, highly unlikely. Could one of the doctors or nurses or mental patients or gardeners ripped this one out of the earth and carried it up the hill and into the woods and hung it up here, opposite the obelisk, and then made those symmetrical collections of sticks under it? Physically possible, but I'm not buying it. It doesn't fit anything that we know about human behavior, the human profile. It does fit perfectly the Hibagon profile. And this, to me, increases the likelihood that this was Hibagon made, and vice versa, because two Hibagon structures incorporating found, or borrowed, stolen, man-made materials, they would tend to corroborate each other, in my mind, anyway. I also find behind this pole and behind these two stick collections Well, at first it looked like the cradle of a fallen tree. The hole where a tree has fallen and been uprooted. And it might have been that in the first place, but someone has modified it. Dragged some logs in here. It looks like a cozy little trench, dugout to sit and wait and watch, or watch and wait, however you want to say it. You know, the amethyst and the little wooden horse, it struck me. There, I put them in the front of the shrine. Here, let me orient you. We know the Hibagon are coming in here from the east, ultimately north, but here from the east through they get to the obelisk first and then make a big mess on that trail. And there's not as much action in the front of the shrine, so they might not always make it all the way to the front of the shrine. Anyway, they spend more time in the back. So I put a haniwa, you know, a haniwa, in this stick collection as a gift. Hopefully the owner of these sticks will come along and find it and be pleasantly surprised. Or if not, at least this haniwa is going to seriously creep out the next human visitor through this grove who is observant enough to find it. Now, there are very, very few visitors in this grove. I am the only one I've met. I've spent hours in here now on many days, and I've been the only Homo sapiens specimen in this grove that I've seen. And then you need, from the set of human visitors, you need a subset that's going to be observant enough to find this thing. And that's going to be a pretty small subset of non-existent human visitors, I'm pretty sure. Okay, thank you. Love you. Have a good day.